Good evening and welcome to ATV News. I'm Charity Pepazani. Here are your top stories this Friday. In Zimbabwe, a headmaster who lost 13 O-level examination papers allegedly had them stolen by a prostitute. Panganai Zimuno, the acting headmaster of Sichahoni Secondary School in Matebeleland North, lost the papers while traveling from Bulawayo. Now, Zimbabwe news agencies are saying that the papers were stolen by a prostitute who took them after a dispute over money with Mr. Zimuno. Unconfirmed reports suggest that the exam papers are being sold on the streets for $5 each. Yesterday on ATV News, we reported that a primary school in Malawi had refused to teach some Rastafarian children. Angry parents ran into the Makapwa Primary School in Cholo, demanding to know why their children were being barred from classes. They were told it was because of their dreadlock hairstyles. The Rastafarian community has reacted angrily to the incident. Raja Vision, the National Publicity Secretary for the community, said the children were being denied the right to their education due to their beliefs. Joining us to discuss this is Kama Gangere from Malawi. Now, Mr. Gangere, how do you think people in Malawi have reacted to this incident?
Some people in agreement with the government or the institutions which are practicing that, but most of the people are saying that this is a new generation. We have to take in whatever comes.
Surely every child should have the right to an education, regardless of their culture or their religion or the way that they look, isn't it?
Yes, it's like that.
Right. So, in this incident, do you think that the schools were right to stop the kids from going into classes because of the way they wear their hair?
No, I don't think so, because we've got a law which says we have to respect the rights of the minority. So they are a minority and they have to be respected.
Thank you very much for your time, Kama, and hopefully we'll hear from you again soon. That was Kama Gangere joining us from Blantyre in Malawi. In Lusaka, Zambia, a suspect in the murder of Ruth Mbanda has given police gory detail about her horrendous death. The execution of Ruth, which shocked the nation, was said to have been carried out for ritual purposes. 2 men have been arrested by police, and one confessed and volunteered information detailing how Ruth was raped and her face was disfigured while she was still alive. Her body parts were then packed in bags to be used for rituals. The Lusaka Province Police Commissioner Solomon Jere said that one of the suspects was found in Mpika. Police in Mpika believe the man is also linked to other rape cases. Commissioner Jere said they have withheld the identity of the suspect while the investigation continues. In Malawi, the designer Lily Alfonso will return to London for the second time. Alfonso will be traveling to the United Kingdom next week for the inaugural Anglo-Nubia Night of Fashion at the prestigious Millennium Gloucester Hotel in South Kensington in London. The designer will be hosting a fashion show this Saturday at the Capitol Hotel in Lilongwe. Her aim is to give Malawians a voice in the fashion world as they decide which creation she should showcase at the Anglo-Nubia Africa experience. Alfonso said she will be paying respect to the motherland and will let the nation choose the outfit that she will be taking to London. She intends to present her work to her own country before the rest of the world. Joining us on the line from Blantyre is Lorraine Perry. So Lorraine, is Lily a big name in Malawi?
Yeah, I think she has grown in popularity locally, particularly because of her participation at the Africa London Fashion Week. She did get a lot of publicity there, and she, has put Malawi on the map in the fashion industry, which it has taken Malawi quite a long time to get there. And, people are recognizing her achievements in that area.
All right, I was just going to say as well, are the people in Malawi interested in fashion?
Yeah, definitely. It's really becoming more of a cosmopolitan country with influences from all over the world. And, a lot of Malawians are traveling and seeing different things. And part of the experiences they bring back with them is the whole, what's going on in the fashion industry. So, yeah, everybody's trying to keep up with whatever trends they are internationally.
Right. So Lily Afonso said, the fashion show that she's doing on Saturday at Capitol Hotel in Longwe, she said the reason she's doing that is so that Malawian people can have the chance to pick out different outfits that she can take to London. Do you think this is a great opportunity for Malawians to put themselves in a map, so for say?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity, and I think the participatory approach that she's taking in terms of letting Malawians pick the outfits that she should showcase is good in term because it'll get Malawians more enthusiastic about the show. And if you feel that you've been part of that process of selecting what she gets to showcase, you obviously want her to do well.
Thank you so much for your time, Lorraine. That was very informative information, and I hope to speak to you soon again. That was Lorraine Perry joining us from Blantyre in Malawi. Now, after a 2-week international football break, Liam and Michael have been itching to talk about the return of the English Premier League. Let's join them now.
That's right, the international football break is over and it's time to get back to the important stuff. The English Premier League is back with a full programme of exciting fixtures. We'll start with Manchester United, who take on Stoke City at Old Trafford. Now, if you remember, before the break, United ended on a high with a classy 3-0 win in what was a tricky tie away at Newcastle. Now, many would agree that that was their best performance of the league so far, and they'll definitely want to pick up where they left off. Stoke City are a decent side, but they're definitely not as good away from home, and they've got a really poor record at Old Trafford. United will also be boosted as defenders Smalling and Jones could return, and we all know they've had their fair share of injury problems in defence. Personally, I think the Red Devils will win this one easily. I'm going to go for 3-0. Michael, how do you think this one will turn out?
Well, definitely, I think United will win by probably 3 goals to 0 as well.
So you're just copying my prediction, aren't you?
No, not at all, but I can't see them winning with fewer goals, because the last time they played Stoke, I think on 2 or 3 occasions they won by 4-0 margins, 5-0 margins. So it's going to be a pretty good match for United.
And Stoke City are quite a good side, but they're always good at home, aren't they? It's away from home they really struggle.
Well, Stoke is Stoke. they will play well, but United is too good for them at the moment.
And of course, Wayne Rooney scored for England in the week. There's been talk of him playing in a sort of attacking midfield role rather than the striking role we're used to. Can you see him there as he gets older, staying in that position?
He should stay in that position, because at the moment they've got Van Persie, who's a more clinical striker. So if Van Persie plays a bit more forward and Rooney plays a bit behind, and there's the Japanese guy? Kagawa? Who plays as well in a similar role. So they just need to find a position that will work well for them and for Rooney.
Okay, well, for once, me and Mr. Mambo agree entirely. We're both going for 3-0 to Manchester United. And what about United's noisy neighbours, Manchester City? They also had a big win in their last game, cruising past Sunderland 3-0 at the Etihad Stadium. Similarly to United, it was City's first really good performance of the season, and Roberto Mancini will definitely want his team to continue in a similar fashion. The trouble is they have a much harder challenge than United. They travel to a resurgent West Brom, who've had a cracking start to the league and currently sit in 6th place. Now that's just 1 point behind both Manchester clubs. I think they'll give City a really good game, and City themselves may be without playmaker David Silva, who is injured. But personally, I still think their attacking force will just be too strong, and I think they'll edge a close game 2-1. So, Michael, it's got to be close, this one, right?
Well, it's going to be close in terms of the ball play, but I see City winning 3-1.
3-1. So yeah, I got 2-1, 3-1. But we both think West Brom will score because they've been firing in goals quite a lot this season.
They've found their form in front of goal, so they should do well.
I think Peter Odemwingie is their biggest threat, and City haven't looked quite themselves in defence this season.
Yeah, City are a bit shaky with the reliable company being a bit suspect at the moment, but also Lukaku will be there for West Brom, so it will be an interesting pitch between the two big men.
Okay, thanks Mike. So we're both going for a City win. Mike's got it 3-1, I've got it 2-1. Now it's that time of week. We need to talk about Mr. Mambo's beloved Arsenal. The Gunners had an important 3-1 win away at West Ham in their last game, with new signings Juru Podolski and in particular the little Spaniard Santi Cazorla playing very well. The Gunners are really starting to look like a well-oiled team right now. They play away at Norwich, who are really struggling with just 3 points from 7 games. I can't see any other result than a comfortable Arsenal win. I'm going to say 3-0 to the Gunners, with little Cazorla again pulling the strings for Arsene Wenger's men. And Michael, I know you're often cautious when it comes to your beloved Arsenal, but it has to be a big win for Arsenal.
Well, I'm always cautious because I've been disappointed quite a number of times, but at the moment I think we are playing really well. For instance, Walcott is out, Gibbs is out as well, but who cares?
Is that a bit of arrogance? Are we getting a bit over the top there?
No, it's not arrogance. It's just for the first time in a long time you can say there's genuinely a player for every position. Therefore, I'm looking at a comfortable win for us.
I think with the way Norwich have been, not necessarily the way they've been playing, but they've not been defending well. They conceded a lot of goals to Liverpool not long ago. Is it just a question of how many goals Arsenal will score?
Not how many. When you expect them to score many goals, they don't. So we just want the 3 points and we're happy with that.
Okay, and your prediction for this game?
2-0.
2-0. I'm going to be a little bit more on Arsenal's side and say 4-0 to Arsenal. We'll check back in with us on Monday and we'll see who won that one. Okay, so the big game of the week falls on Saturday lunchtime, and it's a huge London derby between Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea. There is so much more to this game than just football. We've got Spurs boss Andre Villas-Boas, who's taking on his old club Chelsea for the first time since he was dismissed last season. Now, if you believe what it says in the press, Villas-Boas reportedly fell out badly with a lot of Chelsea players and staff, so he will be desperate to beat them. This is also the first game that Chelsea captain John Terry will miss, as he serves his suspension for racially abusing QPR defender Anton Ferdinand. And then you've got to throw in the fact that it's a local derby and we've got the recipe for a thrilling match. I think there will be goals, but I'm going to sit on the fence and say 2-2, because Spurs have been playing well this season, but Chelsea, as we know, sit at the top of the table. Are you looking forward to this big game on Saturday, Michael?
Definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing AVB put one over his old boss.
But of course, as an Arsenal fan, surely you can't really want Spurs to win.
Well, at the moment I'm not looking at it from that perspective. I'm looking at if a team can get points off Chelsea and at least we can catch them up later on. Because if Chelsea win, they'll have more points and it will be harder to catch them.
And as far as Tottenham Hotspur are concerned, they always mount a bit of a challenge and then usually fall away. Do you think this season they could push the teams all the way?
Not all the way. They don't have that much strength in depth again. And nowadays the Premier League is who's got those extra players. It's not only the first 11, but probably the first 22.
And who are some of the key players that you think could light up this match?
Well, there are a bunch of them. Mine personally is Gareth Bale. He's quite a handful, and I'm looking forward to seeing him run the Chelsea defence ragged.
And on the Chelsea side, we talked before about their midfielders.
Yeah, on the Chelsea side, you've got the little magician again. I don't know why all these little players are magicians. Hazard is playing extremely well, and yeah, he's the one to look out for.
Now, you know, on ATV News, we always want to hear what you guys think will happen in the big games. And we asked our viewers today who will win out of Spurs and Chelsea. Tawanda Mahamba says a close one, but 2-1 to Chelsea. Shamuda Drake is going with me, sitting on the fence, 1-1. Danny Linder says 2-0 to Spurs. And interestingly, Edwin Pidi says Chelsea will win purely because they don't play the Andre Villas-Boas way anymore. Either way, it's going to be a big, big game. Now, in a special photo of the week this week, we thought we better cover it because there's a little football element to it. The photo comes from Tendai Mere, but here at ATV we've been debating whether this gentleman on the left is Barcelona and Brazil right back Dani Alves. I tend to think it is. It looks just like him. Michael, your opinion?
Well, he looks similar, but as you can see, this guy's got a little bit of white there, so not really.
You're not sure? Either way, we'd like Tendai to contact us on our Facebook page and let us know if this is in fact the Brazilian footballer Dani Alves. Thanks for the picture though, Tendai, and anyone else out there with pictures, could you send them in to our ATV Facebook page and you could be on the big screen on Monday. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching ATV News and have a lovely weekend.